Divas, quick video. I just wanted to share something with you that I've identified today that may serve you, and I just also wanted to talk about the secrets around what really gets someone into a state of really divine, sacred performance. And from my experience and from the research out there, it's to do with people when you perform really well, it's to do with a sense of real fulfillment and confidence and clarity around what you're doing, what you're creating, why it means so much to you. And then the other really important part, and I was just congratulating Violetta for her courage coming from heart. Courage, hey, gorgeous Violetta. Courage is so important when it comes to performance. Like every single day, growing and expanding. It doesn't matter how talented you are, honestly, how pretty you are. If you don't have consistency and courage, hey, gorgeous ones, to take risk and to expand yourself and to demonstrate consistent, deliberate action, it's very, very difficult. I mean, this is like how top performers perform consistently, right? It's to do with this courage. And for me, what really helps me is that why, really understanding why I do the work. It mobilizes me. It allows me to stand in my power even when I'm scared. It allows me to speak up and trust that the words will be there. Violetta, for you as well, with your work and your writing, you have such potency, you have such beauty, you have such so much love to give. And one of the other things that I noticed today was some of the vibration, and I've seen it in myself and others for sure. Lisa and I were also talking about it, and I said to be very mindful. If you ever get anyone also attacking you too, or any negative energies coming in, and then also with the way that where we are at vibrationally around receiving too, is if you see yourself, say, as a Latino woman who's been slighted, if you see yourself as the woman who's been abused and attacked because you've been abused and attacked, so then the belief then is, I am attacked, I am abused, right? There's someone else said to me today, but the people that I'm talking to don't have money, but she has a vibration that people don't have money. If people are giving you that excuse that they don't have money, you're not enticing them enough, you're not demonstrating the value of your work enough, you are not inviting them to really mobilize themselves to take action in their lives and to take a stand for their desire. So there's a few different things that I've just mentioned here. We talked about consistency, yes, and deliberate intent, but really look at the vibration, right? So, you know, today if I look at someone kind of persecuting me after just giving them so much help, and then I just thought, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not doing this. But if I look at also myself, like I'm in a whole new realm of consciousness, and it's sort of like the old leaving. And I've got nothing against that person. I actually really think she's amazing and a beautiful person in so many levels. But I just don't want to hold space for that energy, right? And it went to the point of becoming not healthy, and the person's so mixed up, right? But if she sees herself, I am a victim, I have been attacked, my parents have done this, people don't have money, like honestly, the vibration is so distorted, right? So we've got to look at ourselves and go, like, for me, where is there a vibration where any level of disrespect is okay? It's not okay. So it just made me realize that looking at myself and going, it's just not okay. I'm done with that pattern where I've allowed any of that to be okay. So now invite yourself to release, like, you know, I've been slighted, I've been shamed, I have been, you know, because if you see that, you can see it and process it, but at least, and you can grieve it, and it's true, and you can talk about it, but you don't want to carry the vibration, I am attacked, I have been abused, I am a person who's been raped, I am shamed for the color of my skin, I am shamed for being a woman. It's like seeing that distortion out there, but not buying into it and cultivating that reality within us, right? Because otherwise we will recreate that reality. And for many, many years, for many decades, I recreated the pain, the suffering, right? So just be really mindful. I'm sure you already are, but just be mindful of where you might be looking at your experience of what you've had happen in the past, and you're regurgitating that story. So it's like, yes, I have been maybe shamed or abused, or I have experienced racism, and then write about what the injustice of it and what your inside is and the gifts, and then release the I am a woman who's victimized. I am a woman who's been attacked. I am a woman who people treat me poorly, or whatever it is. Or if you've had a tough relationship, some people here with their sisters or family members, like, I'm the one that's been shunned or ridiculed, or all of that. I'm bad with money. So all of those kind of beliefs and stories, like, they really can be dead already. Like, to process them, see them, learn from them, create content and teaching around it for others, but allow the vibration of that story to shift into a wonderful healing tool to help yourself and others, rather than, do you get what I'm saying? Anyone, can you hear what I'm saying? Because if I have, I'm the one that gives, and then, then there's the people that attack me when they don't get a result or something, because really what they're doing is they're in a victim mode, right? So I don't really want to I don't want to hold space for that. But then if I look at, well, what, is there a vibration within me that has allowed that, and that in some way that was okay, and that's just not okay anymore. Like, I don't have time for it. It's not what I do in my work. It's not who I want to hold space for. It's not my job. I don't need to, like, people pay me for a role. I do my role. I deliver on my work. And so I'm sharing this with you to look at what your role is when someone buys from you, and whether you're a coach or a healer or a business strategist, what's your role? What are you obligated, and what is your responsibility to deliver? And then what is not yours, right? And then look at it deeper from the childhood stuff. Like, well, what is playing out here from the childhood? What am I perpetuating? Because I was looking at it today. It's like, if you have the highest presence of love for yourself, right? If you have the highest presence of self-respect and self-honoring, and whilst you honor others, you also have then the ability, I believe, to say, no, that's not actually for me. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, but this is no longer for me. Hey, Holly, and to allow it to go. Whether you shift the relationship, and there's a beautiful healing there. Sometimes it will require that you walk away. Sometimes it requires a very deep conversation. But at the end of the day, with all of this stuff, for me personally, it comes down to this beautiful gift and learning around myself as well. And today for me, with stuff that's been happening, I'm like, wow, my level of what I feel is acceptable for me, thankfully, has risen, and so I find that very humbling, what I'm prepared to put up with and what I'm not, and how I want to work and how it feels in my body. So I want to go back today to the word courage, and to intent, and loving our work, and having joy, and the people that really do perform really well. Yes, and we reach a higher vibe. The ones not resonating naturally fall away. Yeah, and that's every area of our lives. And people also pay, I believe, and invest to come, I was saying to Lisa, into a sacred space where people can be honest and truthful, and have really hard, challenging times. It's part of life. But it's the energy around it. Are you moving through it? Are you actively taking responsibility? Or are you in a state of suffering and victimhood? So it's just an energy. It's a vibration. You can feel it when you really tune into someone's energy field. But the other thing then is, I really want to go back to this sense of deliberate intent. So also the other thing is, I was thinking about all the key things that you need for a stellar rocking empire and business. And, when you have that key offer, the private offer, say, for example, and you sell a few of them, I'm just urging as many of you as possible to get a really stellar You have your offer, you start selling, your $5,000 offers like hotcakes, and plenty of people do that. And then take some of that capital and really go, okay, I'm gonna do that opt-in, even if it's a 2-part funnel and it's 2 videos or a digital download, and get your You Can Book Me set up. Because imagine if you just had so many people, because your videos were so powerful, your work's so powerful, and they're just coming in. You need a system. You need to be able to approve and reject them. You need to be able to have a process whereby people can apply. It looks professional. You're basically setting a scene. You're telling people, I'm serious. I'm a serious business diva. See yourself having 10 sales calls come in a week. What would that be like for you? And imagine if you sold 3 of those, that would be like $30K a week if you were doing 10K packages, or $15K a week if they're $5K. What would that be like? And who would you, yes, you've nearly done yours. And who would you have to be? And if you need a You Can Book Me set up, there's plenty of VAs that we can get to do that for a few $100s. I don't think it would be very expensive at all. So if there's that sense of, oh my God, overwhelmed with that, don't be overwhelmed, just get it done. That's how I get with myself. I'm like, just get it done, Ingrid, just do it. So anything that I say to you is what I do for myself. It's like, move it, get it done, build it. So really at the end of the day, if you get your message on point, if you show up consistently online, you become a teacher and you use your trauma to teach, you show people what's possible for them, you will be paid. And if you have the courage, you will have cash, especially when you have deep connection with your audience through telling story, through teaching, through being generous without ridiculously overgiving. But yes, be generous. Show them that you hold value and that your work holds value, and people will find the money. People always find the money. When it comes to investment. So if you ever see yourself going into people, but people won't have the money or lack, just stop it. Just see it and say, okay, I see that story. I now release it. And I now see that people are coming in and paying me with grace, like so excited to pay, so excited. I have it happen now all the time, honestly. It's just a beautiful thing, and it's because I hold the vision, like, this is what you need to do, this is with the steps, I know what we need to do here, and let's do it. And if you're ready to rise, this is the investment, and people will make a choice. If they don't, that's fine. But I keep showing up that much consistently that there's always more, the people that will come in and be resourceful enough. I know Holly was very resourceful to be here, and praise you for doing that. What you will and not tolerate really does define your life. And that, my friend Holly, is a perfect title for a video. So what kind of core message are you going to put there? And then you should have what you will and will not tolerate really does define your life, and then put ... 2 spaces available for a special VIP offer with me. And then put your CTA, get on a call, PM me, book in, go to my, have your booking link later when you set it up, and get them on a call. When you get them on a call, it is easy. It is like heart chat. What do you want? What's the cycle? What are you going through? And then you will sell them, Holly, because you do hypnotherapy, whether it's clear your money box in 21 days, clear your weight loss issues, your food drama and your binge eating, whatever area it is, heal your relationship. If you're doing, I was thinking today about Naomi and people doing relationship stuff, like how to go from fighting with your husband and wanting to rip his head off and like close to divorce to falling madly, deeply in love again by clearing your drama or clearing your karmic pain. Do a video like that, share a story, whether it's about you and your journey, a client journey where you're not giving away too much information or their names, and invite them to get on a call. Have the heart to heart. Have a really juicy, delicious, painful bonus. But people do have the money. Hey, Leisha. People do have the money and will always find the money. I was speaking to Chris about this morning. When you keep saying, oh, people in my audience don't have the money, you'll never, ever be in the right vibration to attract someone to invest in you. You just won't. You're literally repelling it. You're literally vomiting out this belief that's just going to poison everything. People spending $2,000. I know single mums who spent $12,000. They will get the money for their, if it's for their kids to really do the work, they'll get it. But Chris was saying, the way that they market houses, the way that they market cars, people are always buying cars and houses and things like that, thinking it's a necessity. Is a car really a necessity? Is a house, yes, having somewhere to live, shelter is a necessity, but buying a $500,000 or $1 million home or whatever it is isn't usually a necessity. But people will find, because they have attached an emotional attachment to that experience of having that thing, it means something to them, whether they're going to feel like more confidence or more successful, or what they want people to see them in a nice car and what that means to them, or it's about memories and experiences. And if it's a Volvo like I bought from our family, it's having the safety and having all of that. You'll find the money. So every day, I don't concern myself with people having the money at all. I never think about that. There's so many girls that come into my free group who are really, struggling, but I'm inviting them to rise up. And yes, we have a cheaper offer as well, but I'm inviting them to rise up. And the ones that even don't have a lot, I've had people, like one of the girls that was in here, who did really well. She ended up selling about 21,000. She came in for the 6 weeks. I think she'll come back soon too. She said, look, I want to keep going through all your content and then I'll come back. She didn't really get a chance to even integrate it all, but what did she say to me? Oh, that's right. She, at the time when she joined, basically had 2,000 and something in her account. And so she put that down and invested and just went for it. And they're the types of people that, I said, okay, these are the core things that we need to do. We've got another girl who's just joined here, Hannah, who's an amazing copywriter. She wants to get out of it. It's exhausting. It's time consuming for her. She really loves it. She's very good at it. And I just said, you need to become a strategist. And she says, I don't really know how to do that. I said, well, you're kind of already doing it, but you just don't. You're not processing that properly, and you're not communicating that with your audience. Let's shift this, and you got to create a business school. Let's go. She's like, okay. And she created another woman here who just started. She went and created a business school, and she's going to sell within 24 hours. And she's going to sell that and sell a couple of spots just private. And then she'll sell a couple. Then she'll raise the price. She'll get her, she'll sell a couple at $5,000. She'll raise her vibration. She's going to feel better. There'll also be some cash flow in her bank account. She'll sell them at maybe double the price, or $2,500 more expensive. So take it up to $7,500. And then we're going to get some of that cash flow. We're going to she can put it into her opt-in, and then she can build her group high-end program. Having a group high-end is going to be, whether it's a when I started High-End Empire, it was 5 weeks. It was $3,500. Those women didn't have a lot of money. So I had to end up doing a payment plan for 18 months, but I still made like $70,000. And did quite well from that, and then kept going from there. So I don't buy into that whole story that people don't have money. People will find money if you position it properly, honestly. People actually want to spend money. They want help. They're willing to invest as long as they trust you, as long as you position it correctly, as long as you speak to what they want. So you've got to obviously deeply, which I've told you before, you know this, guys, but deeply understand what they want, and then deliver that and articulate that back in the offering that you're providing, right? People will find the money. Absolutely, Melissa. You had to take a risk with this, right? So guys, I'm sending you so much love, and just have a look today. Just identify maybe 2 to 3 beliefs. Just go, okay, what am I maybe still believing? So now I'm going to be cultivating, I'm deeply respected by my tribe. I'm deeply respected as I respect myself. And that just this deep sense of love and respect. And I think if I look at my wounds from my own childhood with my own mom, I was always sort of proving myself to get validation. So when I felt into that today, it felt like, oh, you've written a list. That's great, Violetta. I was a bit like, oh, there's a deeper level of love for myself, you know? And I kind of got a bit of a vision of how I'm going to be working in the future, and how available I am and not available, and then it's even deepening a deeper level of like the kind of level of person. It's not that the person is, it's not a better person or anything like that, because we're all exquisite, amazing human beings. It's just a deeper level of that they've done a deeper level of work, I think, already. Because some people actually really need some deep, and I mean this with the biggest respect, but really deep healing, psychological trauma release work as well. And I can do that to a certain degree, but that's not really what I provide. And so completely, so just being very mindful about who I'm attracting in. And having just more love for myself. And then I think when I have more love for self, I shift my vibration up to a higher level, deep level of respect. I don't mean like to be put on a pedestal or anything like that. What I mean is when someone, like, you know, I really triggered Violetta this week. I've really triggered a few other people, I'm sure, during my journey here together with me. And where I bowed down to people, I bowed down so deeply to this, is the women that go, oh my gosh, you know, wow, I really need to look at that, rather than going into a persecutor attack mode. I don't deserve that, and I won't accept that. So that's like breaking a pattern of abuse, right? It's a pattern of abuse and it's usually, unfortunately, that person has also been abused, and then they become an attacker as well if they haven't released the karmic thread and the trauma of that experience, and they can then become that type of person without intending to. So you can have great love for the person and just decide to release it, move away from it. But what a pattern. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a trauma trigger. Absolutely. And just sending love to those sorts of people, and to myself to not repeat that, to be a punching bag for that type of behavior. And I'm like, oh my God, I've grown up. Because I'm like saying no to it. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I've done that. I did that for 40 years, or on some level. I only just really recently broke a really big pattern with my own mum, completely obliterating all drama with that relationship. It's lasted a good 6 months now. So I think it's working. She just doesn't come for me anymore, because I won't buy into it. I won't perpetuate it. I won't buy into it. And I just stand in my truth and my power and love. And someone here is traveling to see their father that they haven't seen for a long time, and I just said, just go with no expectations. And if it ever feels unsafe or harmful or anything, you just say, I love you so much, and I'm going to leave now and get a coffee. Do you want one? And I'll see you later. You don't have to solve anything. You don't have to stay. I think sometimes we think that we need to solve it and fix a problem. Yes, it's not nice, is it, Melissa? So what you want to do, I think, with that situation, if someone is quite intense, and I think sometimes we think that we need to fix it or solve it. And I'm learning that, oh my gosh, I have the ability and give myself permission to walk away from someone who's abusive, to dissolve a relationship, or to just say, I love you so much. I feel that the conversation isn't going anywhere in a very good way, and I love you so much. I'll see you tonight for dinner, or I'll see you tomorrow, and have a great night. Ciao, bye, and leave. Because you don't have to be in that. You don't have to solve it. You can literally just walk away, and you allow the energy to diffuse, and you come back to it when or if it's appropriate to do so. Okay, guys, so I'm sending you so much love. I will tell you that if you teach and you take risks and you have courage with your work and you keep inviting people in, eventually people are going to start saying yes to you and yes to you and yes to you. It's like a momentum. It took me a while to get this. It wasn't overnight, but you just have to go, okay, I'm standing for this. Even if it's just selling your first 2,000, your first 3,000, whatever it is. Like some people are more, don't feel that you're behind, because you just get it once and it changes the very fiber of your being. And you do it once and then you will not be the same person. You literally will be a different person. Violetta, your big thing may be, with your work as well, with your writing, as you said, it's going to feed all the other things that you do. But I see your writing as as this beautiful healing tool, because you're helping liberate women and giving them their work more of a voice. Helping people own their message is in direct alignment with what you're kind of going to be doing in your mastermind. So it's a beautiful tool that will serve you very well now as you venture into doing the other work as well. Yes, just keep going. Don't give up. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you're walking through thick mud, but just you sell that one and your whole world changes, honestly. You're like, oh my God, I did it. That was easy, and I'm going to do it again. So I think it was Kaya and Lisa took a while to sell. And now, I was so proud of Kaya today because she said, I'm going to sell I want to have an $18,000 week. And I was like, that is good, because she's thank you I had a great time with my family picking up Sophie this weekend. No drama, just love, because I made the decision to never need anything from them, so I can walk away at any time if abuse shows up, with love versus reactive fear. That is powerful as all F, and praise you, woman, for doing that. Such a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think it's, for me, vibrationally, I actually am very sensitive, so it's just so draining, isn't it? It's just something that's not for us. So my pleasure. So it's just, and that's amazing. And yeah, I just whenever I saw my mum being funny, I'll just be like, oh, I love you so much. Do you want to cuddle? Do you want to cuddle? And it usually just dissolves everything, because they're just searching for love, right? Anyway, okay, guys, I'm sending you so much. It. Get excited about what you're about to receive. Get excited. I feel it in my body. I feel it in my pelvis. I feel it in my yoni. I feel it in my heart. It lives in me. What I'm here to create lives in me. And no one or nothing can stop you from that. No one or nothing, because you're the actual embodiment of that reality already. You're vibrationally vibrating with that reality. You can taste it. Now, if you keep watering that every day rather than thinking about, well, people pay and what are people thinking of me and is this going to work for me or whatever, you will fly. Just keep watering it. Keep going back to the feeling of receiving it, and you will receive it. It's the law. It's the law of energy. It's the law of quantum physics. It's science. What I'm here to create is in me. Yes, I'm the embodiment of it. Yes, Violetta. Yes, Melissa, you are. So just feeling into it every day. You can feel it. It's so beautiful. It's so exciting. And really think about it. I was talking about the talk that I'm going to be doing on the weekend, and I heard this full-on quote about Jeff Bezos from Amazon, and about how he had that vision of the everything store, and he had the vision, and that's what he was going to create. And that man is doing $97 million a day, and it made me laugh when we talk about these big numbers, $1 million a year. $1 million a year is such a small amount, really, honestly. It's such a small amount. I mean, you do your first webinar and you do $100,000, you can begin to see that you only have to do 10 of those a year to make $1 million. And you get into a whole new level of consciousness around money. And this is coming from the girl that used to not be able to afford $40 to pay her babysitter almost, and it was a struggle. So I just keep thinking about, and I do like to look at numbers, because it starts to literally shift the way I'm perceiving things and my reality. So always think about the desire of which you want to have, not what the scarcity minded people are doing. And if you're seeing too much of that, I strongly advise that you just unfollow, or not, you don't have to unfriend people, but you can just like not see them, because you want to just focus on that deliberate intent and surround yourself only with the people that are actually rocking it out. I think the new girl, I don't think she'll mind if I share it, like Satya, she went and like sold a program, and then had to she sold the sales program, and then uploaded it when she's traveling around the world up in her back end. Like, how cool is that? She's just doing it, and I love that. It's very deliberate, it's very clear. Okay guys, sending you so much love. Bye, have a beautiful day or evening.